Hello everyone, my name is Shuparna and welcome to the official channel of CTPD Asia. Center for Training and Professional Development is the training division of multiple award-winning teacher education institution, Asian College of Teachers. Our main purpose is to drive continuous learning through highly effective learning and development programs and help professionals and empower them to build their skills, to develop their knowledge and reach their full potential. Are you looking for a job in the sector of corporate training or L&D, that is learning and development? And I know that you have lots of questions on your mind regarding the resume. Right, today I'm going to give you some very valuable tips regarding the resume if you are applying for a corporate training job or a position in the field of learning and development. Today I'm going to share with you some great tips to build a perfect corporate training resume. But before I proceed, I would request all of you to please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Now I'm going to share with you the valuable tips. Well, tip number 1, study the job descriptions carefully. It's very important that you study the job description before you actually start sending your resume. And you should always start with the job title. So when you are actually looking for a position in the field of corporate training or learning and development, you should keep in mind that you need to start with the job title. You should look for titles like training facilitator, corporate trainer, training manager, L&D specialist. So after you have gone through the title, you also have to look beyond the title, because the title is not only the doorway to the job, but there are other things also which you have to keep in mind and go through the job description carefully. Because usually the organizations, what they do, they kind of give the valuable points in the job description which will help you to form a picture of the kind of candidate they are actually looking for. So it might be that they are looking for a specific skill sets or professional experience or a particular educational experience. So for all these things, you need to go through the job description very carefully. So that brings us to tip number 2. So you have to find out that the experiences, the educational qualifications, the skills that are mentioned in the job description actually match your kind of personality, match your resume. So that brings us to tip number 2, that is, are you a good match for the role? So sometimes what happens is that when the candidates are collating their experiences, they kind of get lost. So before you actually put down the experiences on your resume, it's better to put down the points on a piece of paper, because that gives you a clear idea of what the organization is looking for and the kind of experiences the organization is looking for. Do they match with your experience? You can question yourself and try to find out answers like, will you be able to train a bunch of senior managers if asked? Or say, if you are asked to develop training materials for a web-based training session, will you be able to do that? Or do you have the skills to train a new bunch of executives? So all these answers kind of help you to get to the point, and it will help you to collate your own experiences which you will be able to add to your resume. So this will be a very good method before you are actually applying for a job. When you are actually collating your experiences on the resume, it's always advisable to reflect a little before you actually add those on your resume. And a little bit of brainstorming with yourself goes a long way. So that brings us to tip number 3, add relevant work experience. So no matter how impressive your work experience is, if it isn't relevant to the recruiter, then it is absolutely of no use. So when you are actually collating your experiences, you need to go back to the job description again. You need to identify the keywords, key skills mentioned there, and add your job experiences accordingly. Because it's absolutely necessary that whatever you are mentioning on your resume, the recruiter should be able to relate with those, or the kind of candidate they are looking for, they should find that yes, maybe this person will be suitable for this kind of role. So it's absolutely necessary that you add not only experiences but relevant experiences to your resume. Now that you have collated all your experiences, you know what to add on your resume, you are already near your keyboard and you are planning to start typing. This brings us to tip number 4, that is, please ensure that there are no grammatical or spelling errors or any kind of typos. So tip number 4 would be, what you write says a lot about you. Please be careful about glaring grammatical errors or spelling errors, as that can get your application thrown in the rejection pile. Please keep this thing in mind, that when the recruiting managers are going through the resumes, and if they find out that there are glaring grammatical errors or typos in the resume, it leaves a very bad impression with the recruiter. Sometimes we have seen that there are errors in the resumes of very senior managers or trainers, but that's an absolute no-no. Proofreading can help you from this disaster. We all know that technology is great. Spell check can be helpful at times, but not always, because we all know that spell check doesn't catch everything. So it's better that if you have someone whom you trust, you can ask him or her to go over your resume, because another set of eyes can easily catch those awkward phrases, those typos, and help you mend all the errors that are there on your resume. I would suggest that when it comes to spell check, like checking your spellings, there's no better option than consulting a dictionary. Internet abounds with dictionaries, so please go and select one and check all the spellings on your resume. And one of the most important things is that when you are looking at your resume for hours, sometimes you tend to overlook all the typos and if there are any awkward phrases. So it's better that for some time you get up from the computer, you get yourself a cup of tea or coffee, then come back with fresh eyes and a clear mind, as that would really help you to catch all the errors. So this is a very important point, and please keep in mind that there should be no typos, no grammatical or spelling errors on your resume. Now I'm going to share with you tip number 5. Tip number 5 is upgrade your skills. Now we again have to go back to the job description. In the job description, sometimes you will find skills or a particular training technique which you are not aware of. Maybe you don't have those skills or haven't developed those skills yet, or you haven't explored the new training technique, but you are still interested to apply for that particular job. So what do? You can explore those skills or develop those skills and learn about the particular training technique in your current job role, or you can attend online classes, or you can go for a webinar to upgrade your skills. This is very important, because when you are applying for a particular job role, especially in the field of corporate training and learning and development, you need to be a continuous learner. You need to continuously upgrade your skills. This will not only make you confident. If you get a call from the recruiter, you can go and face the interview with loads of confidence, and it also will leave a very positive impression on the recruiter as well. So these were the 5 tips which I think that you will find really helpful if you are applying for a position in the field of corporate training or learning and development. If you want to learn more about these areas, about corporate training, about the role of facilitator, about learning and development, then don't forget to watch our informative videos. So for now, I'm signing off. Have a great day ahead. Wish you all the best for your interview, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and bye bye for now.